There have been some incredible new helmets that have come out this year, and I've narrowed this list down to 3 helmets that I think are worth considering. The first is the new Kask Protone Icon that launched this summer. While this may look almost identical to the outgoing Kask Protone, there have been a few internal and external modifications that make this helmet lighter and more comfortable. Kask is also claiming that the new Protone Icon is now safer than ever thanks to a new internal frame, as well as their WG11 testing protocol, which takes a scientific approach to rotational impacts. So what's my personal take on this helmet? Well, the original Protone is probably the helmet that I've used the most over the last 6 to 7 years. I have a little bit more of a narrow head shape, and the Protone seemed to fit my head really well. It was always comfortable, there were no pressure points, it was just a fantastic helmet. And I think the Protone Icon is no exception. In fact, I would argue that it's just a little bit more comfortable with the OptiFit Plus system. I also like just how lightweight this helmet is. There's no swing weight as you move your head side to side, and I think that's a really big deal on long days in the saddle. The other thing I really like about the Protone Icon is that the styling seems to work for road, gravel, and even mountain biking. Their second helmet is the Specialized Prevail 3, which has also gone through a complete overhaul this year. Specialized claims that now this is the coolest or best ventilated helmet on the market today. And look at these vents. I mean, they're not joking about just how much air is moving through these vents and over the top of your head to cool it. They also claim that this is the safest helmet that they've ever built, receiving a 5-star Virginia Tech safety rating. The new Mindset Fit system allows for an optimal adjustment so that you can get a comfortable fit every single time. There are also tilt adjustments so that you can get your sunglasses to look good with your helmet. So what's my take? Look, computer models showing airflow and data and fancy marketing videos are great, but I think you really have to ride this helmet to just understand how cool it is. Because Specialized positions this as a helmet focused on ventilation, they don't release data on aerodynamics. But you know what? I really wish that they would. Not that this helmet feels slow, but it would be really nice to know how this helmet stacks up against other helmets on the market. I found this helmet to be very comfortable, and I think the styling works for road, gravel, as well as mountain biking. If you have long, fast days in the saddle, the question becomes, did you choose the Prevail 3 or do you take a look at something like the Evade 3? The Evade 3 is the third helmet on my list, and it's probably the most polarizing of these 3. So you either love or hate the styling. Compared to the outgoing Evade 2, this helmet has a little bit more of a pointed front, and it has a boxier rear end, or the diffuser as Specialized calls it. Specialized claims that with the new vent placement, as well as that big rear diffuser, they're able to increase ventilation 10% over the Evade 2. Just like the Prevail 3, the Evade 3 also received a 5-star helmet rating. This helmet comes in the heaviest at 290 grams and includes the Mindset internal harness system for that optimal fit around your head. So what's my take? Well, since the Evade 3 has come out, I've been riding a ton of road, and it's kind of been my go-to helmet. That climbing camp, that week where I rode 450 miles, I exclusively used the Evade 3. The 200-mile race that I did earlier this month, I used the Evade 3. And I can tell you that the helmet is fast, the helmet is cool, and it's incredibly comfortable to wear on the road. I wish I had a way to quantify the ventilation in the Evade 3 versus the Evade 2 so I could tell you definitively that it is 10% more ventilated than the Evade 2. But all I can do is tell you that over the thousands of miles that I've ridden this helmet now, never once did I wish that I had more ventilation. So how do these helmets rank if you're choosing just one? Each of them comes in at $300, so there's not necessarily a bargain play to be had. I suppose it boils down to wants and needs. If you're riding mixed terrain and safety and ventilation are your main concern, I think the Prevail 3 is probably the best choice for you. It's a great helmet. If you're riding primarily road and you're looking to save every imaginable watt, well, the Evade 3 is probably the helmet for you. I mean, why spend all that money on a slick aero bike only to then put on a helmet that's not aerodynamic? You might as well just go with the aero helmet as well. Because of the polarizing nature of the Evade 3, I'm not necessarily sure that this is the best gravel or mountain bike helmet. I've seen a lot of guys wear them in gravel races. I think it can be pulled off. On a mountain bike, I don't know. I think it's a little bit too much of an aero shape because it does have a little bit of that TT vibe. So if you're doing mixed terrain and this is your one and only helmet, I don't know. I just don't think the Evade 3 is for you. And if you're looking for the one helmet solution, the Kask Protone icon really does check all of the boxes. Like I said before, Kask seems to have struck the right balance between aerodynamics, ventilation, and comfort with the Protone icon. It also works really, really well across multiple disciplines. I think the styling works for road, gravel, as well as mountain biking. And plus, at 230 grams, it's incredibly light, meaning that it's gonna be really, really comfortable on your head all day long. I'll post a few links down below with some different opinions on these helmets to help you make a decision. In future videos, we're gonna talk about the Envy Melee setup as a gravel bike. We're gonna talk about some plans that I think are worth considering as we go into the holidays, some ways that we can stay fit, and we're gonna talk about why I think it's time to sell the Tarmac SL7. Yes, I think it's time. Anyways, until next time.